Good evening, everyone. DSP here, and welcome to the Daily Wrap for what was Tuesday, the 12th of May, 2026. Admittedly, kind of an unexpected day. I'd like to explain why. You may or may not know why I'm going to say that. A lot happened today that kind of wasn't planned or definitely wasn't in my predictions for what would have happened on a day like today. I think we should talk all about it, shall we? Okay. So today, we started off with the DSP morning show. The sole purpose of the show was to build up attendance so that we could get enough people on stream for the premiere of a new game, Directive 8020, which is the next narrative-based horror game from Supermassive Games, the makers of the Dark Pictures anthology, Until Dawn, and other games as well. So we were hanging out, and we basically spent like maybe 20 minutes just chilling. And as we're doing so, okay, I get a notification that actually we had gotten a delivery. It was my Steam controller. The Steam controller arrived today. Now, originally I hadn't planned on this. It actually had said that they were only guaranteeing that the Steam controller would be delivered by 9 p.m. So because of that, I was like, oh, well, if it's not going to be delivered till late, obviously I won't put it in the schedule. I had originally planned to unbox this thing and get it initially working on tomorrow's Level 1 podcast. But it showed up live, and I'm like, why not? We don't really have anything we're doing on the morning show. Let's just go grab it, and let's see what happens. So we did. We ran, and we grabbed the controller, and we unboxed it, okay? And as we unboxed the Steam controller, we're exploring its features. I'm talking about it. We hooked it up. We got it initially working with the PC. And I said, you know what? Perfect situation here. I'm about to play a game on Steam in Directive 8020. We can do a live test, initial first test of this controller while I'm actually streaming. Sounds like a plan, right? So if you want to see the live unboxing and initial setup of the Steam controller, that is live on this channel right now in the DSP morning show. So, I'm not shocked. The morning show is probably going to end up having more views overnight than it normally would, because you're going to have people who want to see me, initially just kind of mess around with that controller. So then we jumped into Directive 8020. So you might ask me, well, what are my initial thoughts? Well, I'm going to give you a more full, thorough thought tomorrow. It's in line with the other Dark Pictures anthology games. You can definitely tell this one's going to be longer because there's 8 chapters, and each chapter looks to be at least an hour long. Like, for example, today, we finished 2 chapters, and we were getting a good chunk into the 3rd, and we ran out of time, and I played for just about 3 hours. So there's your estimation. I think this game will probably take anywhere between 10 to 15 hours to finish, depending on if the chapters later on get longer, or how many people die. Because remember, that is the catch with these Supermassive games. If someone dies, they're out of the story, and they might have had critical scenes and input later on. They can't do if they're dead. So yeah, I'm curious what's going to happen and how long my initial first run will be. Graphics, great. We tweaked it a bit. We got it working. So now there's good frame rate, good lighting. A few foibles, for example, if you have a flashlight on and you spin the camera around, the flashlight goes through your body backwards. That makes absolutely no sense. Obviously, that's something they should probably patch and fix. But for the most part, I had a good time. The plot is getting interesting. We already had some gruesome deaths and more to come, and there's an ongoing mystery. It's very much like a thriller, like a sci-fi horror thriller. So I like it. But let me tell you, the unexpected response of the streams, I don't even know how to equivocate it. What do I mean? Well, on the YouTube side, we had a lot of viewers. We had between 250 and 300 viewers for the stream. They were almost dead silent. And what I mean by that is almost nobody talked. It was very quiet. Every once in a while, someone would speak up. I would interact with them. But for the most part, it was dead in there. A lot of viewers, but almost no one talking. And I even asked a couple times what's going on, and people were like, we're busy, we're watching in the background or whatever. Okay, but it's just bizarre to me. It's a brand new game, and a game like this, there's a lot of opportunity to talk. I'm just walking around investigating, reading articles, watching these videos that explain the backstory. No one wanted to talk. On the Kick side, let me tell you, I'm sorry, sometimes Kick is just completely unacceptable. Today was another day. Now, I've learned my lesson. I was a lot more lenient today. Here's what happened. Kick decided on a whim they just don't like this game. I didn't get into an argument with them. I didn't, you know what I mean? I was like, well, if you don't like it, fine. Then they started thumbing down with that Patrick emote from SpongeBob. I let it roll. I'm not kidding you, because I basically ignored the negativity on the Kick side for over an hour. All they did was spam the Patrick thumbs down emote. And they're like, well, why isn't Phil engaging with us? Well, why don't you think I am? Because I'm playing a game I'm enjoying. I like all the games from this company. I want to play this one. You don't like it. Why are you just sitting here spamming my chat, making it impossible for positive people to talk? There were a couple people who were positive in Kick Chat. They could barely talk because they were just inundated with this. Okay. So after an hour, I said to them, listen, I'm going to tell you right now, it's not acceptable to spam. I was very lenient for over an hour, but now I see people want to talk. You got to stop. All right. So I timed everyone out who was doing it. They all came back after 5 minutes, and most people learned and didn't do it again. About 5 to 10 more people said, oh, well, we're actual real trolls. We're just going to do it again. And I banned them. And that was pretty much the end of it. It didn't really happen again. But I mean, just think about this. It's the premiere of a brand new game. My viewership is pretty good, but engagement is absolutely terrible. The YouTube side is dead silent, and the Kick side is all people being toxic and negative. What happened, right? Now, in addition to that, support was not good at all, okay? So by the end of the stream, we were at like $67 of support for the entirety of the stream. I've been streaming from 11 a.m. The stream ended at 4. So in 5 hours, I made $60 and change. You know, that's absolutely terrible for a new release. What happened? Because the Supermassive games have been some of the best playthroughs I've ever done and that I've ever covered. For example, Until Dawn to this day, people still say is a classic. I did it in 2015. 11 years later, people still remember that playthrough. I would say Little Hope. Actually, I really love that game. Was an awesome playthrough as well. And there's some that are hit or miss, you know. Some are better than others. This one particularly so far I like. I think it's actually going to get better the further in that we get. It was more of a slow build because this is a longer game. You can tell that they're easing you into this story that's going to ramp up later. So I liked it. But it's weird. Maybe it's just that my audience doesn't like narrative games anymore. That could very much be the case. I'm no exaggeration. Things have changed, right, over the years. I've been a content creator for 18 years. Things that were popular for the first 5 to 10 maybe just aren't popular anymore. And no one cares about narrative-based games. But it sucks because I still like them, and we couldn't really get much attendance or much engagement or support for them. Attendance was good, but the engagement and support were very bad. So now here's what happened at the end of the stream. As I'm going offline, someone actually gifted a sub, and then I turned the stream off, and someone sent a $30 tip saying, this is for the stream. I came late. So by the end of the stream, basically I hit around $100 of support. Okay. So because that happened at the end of the stream, it wasn't like, oh my God, I can't believe it, disaster stream. But at the same time, that's not a good sign for this game. Particularly, this looks like it's stacking up to be the longest Supermassive game ever. I like it and want to play it, but it didn't resonate at all. I don't know what happened. I don't know if people were playing it for themselves and didn't want to be spoiled. It was just darned bad luck that there wasn't engaged and people who were ready to support today. I don't know. I'm actually confused. I'd like to talk to people about it on the podcast tomorrow, because the thing is, I want to keep playing this game, but is this game Dragon Quest VII all over again? Maybe it is. You know, luckily it's not that long. At the same time, crap, this is the kind of game that lends itself to multiple playthroughs, to going back and trying to keep people alive. Like by the end of today's stream, someone did die because I made a bad decision. I would want to go back and see, can I keep them alive? But what's the point if no one cares about this game? You know what I'm saying? So I'm confused, and I want to talk with the audience about it tomorrow. Obviously, you can let me know in the comments of the videos, or the comments of this video too. Share your thoughts. Let's figure this out together tomorrow, okay? Tonight's late stream was part 3 of now 4 of me reacting to the Quartering documentary by June the King. Tonight, again, I'm going to say it, by far, probably the best night so far. Like every time I'm doing it, it's getting better, because the first stream was just his background. The second stream was the beginning of him being the Quartering, seeing his different grifts and things like that. This stream was very telling. This stream was more about the guy's just weird behavior on streams, particularly toward women, and people calling him out for it. Yes, this was the beginning of the Kino Casino arc, where they've been covering him now for over a year. And people seem to like. Attendance was good. Engagement was good. Support, actually good. By the end of the night, I think we were ending the stream. It was like $140. And then again, it's so weird. I'm taking the stream off. There's an auto resub and then someone sends a super chat. So by the end of the stream, it was pretty good. So I got no complaints there. And like I said, if people keep showing up, engaging, and supporting this content, then I'll consider doing more of it in the future. But it was so weird. Basically, let me put it this way. The end of tonight's stream, something happened in the documentary that I was so shocked at, like legit shock. And you'll see it when you watch it. I said, I can't continue tonight. We're going to save my reaction for 2 days. Like, we're going to continue this on Thursday, May 14th. We're going to finish it because we have basically about an hour left. And I've been going at the rate of roughly an hour a night. So with the hour left, I do believe that we will actually finish it Thursday night. But I was so shocked at what I saw. I didn't respond to it immediately. I said, let's save it. So you're going to want to watch tonight's part. If you haven't seen it yet, it's already live on the DSP Reacts channel. That's at DSP Reacts. And the conclusion will be Thursday night. Okay. So you want to talk about things that were unexpected tonight. Steam controller shows up out of nowhere. So I do an unboxing, hooking it up, testing it. Directive 8020 for some bizarre reason gets no engagement or support really. It's just a dud of a stream, which I'm shocked at. And then I'm super shocked at the content that we end up seeing during the Quartering documentary react. So it was like shock, shock, and shock. All day long, it was just being shocked. Now, and trust me, it wasn't intentional. I wasn't expecting that. It just kind of happened, okay? So I hope you'll check all the content out. What are we doing tomorrow? Tomorrow, there's a Level 1 podcast. And on that podcast, I'll show off the Steam controller a little more. We'll talk about my thoughts about Directive 8020 and try to figure out and get to the bottom of what happened. We'll talk more about reacting and, of course, anything else that's going on. I'm sure people will have ideas, current events to talk about. We'll talk about all this tomorrow, okay? Then it is more Pokemon Fire Red post-game. So we're going after the story of the game into these islands, these numbered islands. I guess they're called the Sevi Islands. So we've already checked out a few of them, but we're going to continue on with the plots there and, keep going. So that's been fun. It's been chill fun. I don't know how many more streams that we're gonna do of the game. It depends on how much content there is, and I don't know. But hey, I'll keep going as long as you guys keep showing up, hanging out, and being awesome. Why wouldn't I continue that, right? Then, tomorrow night on the late stream, it is the conclusion of Mouse PI for Hire. Yes, it is official. We will finally finish up this game tomorrow. We are in position. I think there's 3 stages left, and we're halfway into one. So 2.5 stages left. We're going to beat it Wednesday night. And so we will say goodbye to the game and get it out of the rotation, although it's going to be bittersweet because the game's been awesome. I can't wait to see how it ends, all right? By the way, I'll be using the Steam controller playing Mouse PI for Hire. That'll be interesting to see. Can the touchpads really be utilized for like a first-person shooter and how well? You know what I mean? Like, can you move and also aim with the touchpads? And does it feel smooth? Or am I going to have to use the thumbsticks? I'll let you know, okay? So tomorrow should be an awesome day. I certainly hope that you will join me for it. Please get caught up on all the content, and I would love feedback on what the heck happened with Directive 8020. Okay, guys? Thank you so much. You have a good night, and I will see you all in the morning for another full fun day of content here on DSP Gaming. Good night.